Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. Yep, last we left off we did the Catacombs, the whole thing, yep. Fought our way through a ton of skeletons. It's like I don't know how many are down there, but there's a lot. Through skeletons, through necromancers, a giant skeleton, bone wheel skeletons, a black knight. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of enemies down there. Collected a bunch of items, a couple of weapons, an armor set, a bunch of soul items. And we also met Patches, trusty Patches. I was going to say Patches the Hyena, but no, that's Demon Souls. No, Trusty Patches, as he's called in this game. He's actually down in the Catacombs. As long as Petrus's company doesn't come, as long as you don't talk to Petrus or go down, yeah, he'll be down there. That's kind of the only real reason I do the Catacombs quasi-early. It's just so I can go talk to him. It doesn't really impact anything. It's just, you just talk to him. Although I think you can get humanity out of him, I think. If you talk to him, you cross the bridge, he'll trigger the bridge, and once you make your way back to him, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're good, right?" And if you say no or yes, I don't quite remember what the option was. The opposite of what I did. I think it gives you like a twin humanity or something like that. So, but anyway, so talked with Patches. Found the blacksmith of Vamos, the skeletal blacksmith, made a fire weapon, a fire battle axe. Used our green shards to upgrade to +5, and found 2 crystal lizards, a miracle, the tranquil walk of peace miracle. That's the same one that the little giant soldiers in the gardens cast. Basically, puts you into a heavy load state, but. Weapons, armor, items, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Went through all the nooks and crannies. Also found the Dark Moon Seance Ring, which we'll need in Anne Rolando. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Black Knight gave us this weapon. Yeah, the whole Catacombs. And at the end, we did summon Paladin Leroy to fight Pinwheel, because that's how you do it. Not necessary, but I just like having Leroy. Though I think in the earlier versions you had to summon him in order for you to get his armor. I think it's in like the early versions of Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls releases. But I think they patched it to where you don't have to summon him to get his stuff. So. I mean, you still have to summon Beatrice to get her stuff, but you only have to summon her for the butterflies. But I think for the other summons, you can get their stuff. I don't think you have to summon them to get their stuff. So I summoned him anyway. Took on Pinwheel, an easy boss considering how difficult the Catacombs is to get through. But yeah. Took him down. Got the Mask of the Father and the Rite of Kindling. So now we can kindle bonfires 2 more times to get a maximum of 20 flasks out of them. So I will do that to some bonfires, not all of them. There's some certain ones I will do it for. Because I need to save my humanities, because we need 30 humanities before we go down to Blighttown for one of the covenants down there. So I'm going to hold on to my humanities for now. But, yeah. Fought Pinwheel. Went back up top. Well, before we fought Pinwheel, we went back up top, talked to Petrus and company. And then they reloaded the quit and reload to get them to move on. Then went back down, fought Pinwheel. And by beating Pinwheel, it kind of forces the Petrus and company's the quest line to forward. So if you didn't talk to him upwards and you fought Pinwheel, it will still advance their quest line forward. no matter what. So Rhea's trapped down there. Vince and Nico have gone hollow. Yep. Petrus returned to the surface. Yep. And then after we beat Pinwheel, we went back up top, talked with Petrus. He said he got separated from his lady. We went talked to Lautrec, who sold us some information, saying that, a nubile cleric is stuck in the catacombs, or in the tomb of the giants or whatever. Yep, and he heard it from a screaming old man. So we went back to talk to Petrus, and he was like, yo, you talked to Lautrec. Well, yes, Rhea is trapped down there. You can do whatever you want to her. I'm like, really? Really? But anyway, yeah. Yeah, no one likes Petrus, but yeah, that was it. Oh, we also, before all that, we also spent all our souls I gathered between episodes on a shopping spree, just playing up all the spells and whatnot from Griggs and Laurentius and leveling up. So we were off on a good foot before we went down. So yeah, that's basically all we did. Shopping spree, leveled up, Catacombs, talked to Patches and Vamos, Pinwheel, Petrus and company. So yeah, very eventful episode. Yeah, the whole 2 hours. God. But anyway, between episodes, I didn't do anything, so all our stuff's the same. I did no farming, did no leveling, no nothing. And for today, we are going to do the other half of the Darkroot Gardens. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the last episode, I said I would probably do the Asylum and the Gargoyles next, but I decided to do that before we head down. I'd rather do the Gardens first here, because it's far more, in my opinion, it's far more dangerous than the Asylum. And I do need to make sure I have 50,000 souls by the time we get down to the bottom of Blighttown, just so I can buy stuff from Shiva that'll show up down there. Yeah, so, and I think the Asylum should get us most of that from the Stray Demon, the Black Knights. Yeah, so hopefully, cross my fingers, we'll have the right amount of souls before we go down there, but yeah. But anyway, so I decided to do the garden first because it is more dangerous than the Asylum, so I might lose my souls. Hopefully I don't, because I don't want to lose my humanity. But the enemies in here are pretty strong. Even if our equipment and level, they could still probably two-hit us if we're not careful. So yeah. So the first part is going to be forest bandits, basically hostile NPCs, some end people, tree people. There is a covenant in here that we will join, because that will unlock the special merchant guy down in the Blighttown. And then we'll do the other part with some mushrooms. And then we'll go fight Sif, the Great Grey Wolf. Yep. I'd rather do him now than later. And he isn't too hard. It's just, I just rather do it now so I don't forget about it. And no, I will not do the DLC first before coming back, because I don't want to see that cutscene. No. It's too sad. It's already bad enough. But yeah. The other half of the gardens, Sif. Then we'll go down, take on the Hydra, free Dusk, talk with Dusk. Yeah. And that's what I plan to do today. It's the other half of the gardens, Sif, Dusk, Hydra. Or Hydra, Dusk, yep. And our equipment for today, starting off with the Baldur Side Sword plus 10. I will change this out to our fire battle axe when we fight the little tree people. I want to try my magic Baldur Side Sword, because it might do more damage against some of the enemies in here, some of the NPC enemies, because they have, heavy armor and all that. So it might pierce their defense more, but I don't know. I'm just going to start with this. Bow, shields, got my catalyst, because I do have some spells on the standby, even though they're probably not going to do a lot of damage, because our magic adjust is still pretty terrible. That's also another reason why I want to get Dusk, because you can buy a catalyst from her that has a flat magic adjust that's a whole lot better than this. So, got her Thief Mask and Elite Knight Armor with Havel's Ring and the Wolf Ring, which I might be able to change this out for bellowing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll stick with the wolf ring for now. So I could probably use something else here. Probably charcoal resin. It might help, but yeah. So that's our equipment. And here are our stats. I got 2 copies of Soul Arrow, Great Soul Arrow, and Heal, just in case. So yeah, stats the same. All right. All right, with that poor introduction out of the way, I'd rather not have to redo that because it's like, I'm not very good with introductions, to be honest. I try, but anyway, I think we rambled on long enough. Let's just get to the action. Watch me die a few times to these NPCs. Sound good? Sound good. All right. We open this up because of the crest. Crest of Artorias. You don't need the Crest of Artorias to get back here. You can actually go down to where the Hydra is in the basin. There is ladders going up to the back entrance to this area, so you don't need the Crest to get back here. So, all right. We're going to be very, very careful. There are 4 enemies in here that have the Ring of Fog on, which makes them partially transparent. There's 2 knights, a bandit, and an archer that have the Ring of Fog. The bandit respawns, the other 3 don't. So, to be honest, it's kind of difficult to see. I'm not 100% where they are at, but we're going to try and pick them off one at a time. Oh, there he is. There's the knight. Yeah, he has the ring on. Yeah, he's pretty chunky. He's also got a claymore, so we got to be careful. Just, I want to see something. 248. Yeah, okay. No, I'll just stick with our regular bolted sword. Kind of figured that would happen. Yeah, the one thing about split damage in Dark Souls is that you got to go through 2 defense values like the other Souls games. But the defense values the damage calculation is different in the earlier FromSoft games, so it's although we might be able to exploit weaknesses, but it's basically our level's too low and our weapon upgrade's too low for that to work. So for now, good rule of thumb is just to stick to 1 damage type and just stick to that, like pure physical. Just stick with that. Oop. I was hoping the magic would do more damage, but it didn't. And I don't really want to try. Well, we should probably try our fire sword. Boom. Yes. He will respawn. The knight will not, so once you take care of the knight, you should be okay. There is a thief around here somewhere. He's harder to spot because of his outfit. But come this way, cleric. The cleric does have a pretty strong heal, so just be careful. I don't want to go over there. Stay over here. Thank you. Nice. Yeah, definitely recommend a plus 10 weapon if you're going to come back here. No healing. So I know the bandit, the cloaked thief is over there somewhere. I just don't want to. You definitely don't want to aggro more than two of them more than one at a time. See if we can't spot another knight. I'm just trying to keep my eye out for him. Because again, the ring of fog makes them hard to spot. I have an idea where the archer's at. I'm just trying to find the knight. Because the knight's the real threat in this area. Because he hits hard. Here's the bandit, the thief. He can parry us, so we gotta be careful. Nice, okay. He will respawn as well as the cleric, so. Okay, so should be mostly okay. I think the archer's over in this general direction. Again, I'm trying to find the knights, because the knights are the enemy, the real difficult ones. They shouldn't be over there. They should be in this little area, in this little wood area. Yep, I think that's the archer right there. I think. Yeah, I think that's the archer right there. There's the axe-wielding NPC over there. Oh, there's the knight. Oh, and there's the archer. Okay, this is bad. Okay. Okay, we got the archer's attention. They'll eventually stop, but because I think they stop, yeah. Okay. The knight was over there as well. There he is. The knight's attention over here. I thought it was a backstab. Oop. Way too soon. No, sir. Thank you. Alright, other knight down. All we got left is the archer and the bandit. Bandit's easy to spot because he doesn't have the ring on. Although he does hit like a truck, but... Mr. Archer, Mr. Archer. Delivery. Get over here so she rolls the other way. Oh, not what I wanted. Ooh. Did not think I would get that parry. Alright. Archers guarantee the drop between humanities, the black bow of Ferris and Ferris's hat. Yep. And she doesn't respawn. She does not respawn, I should say. Alright. Black bow of Ferris is a very good dex bow. In fact, I might upgrade it. It's got the longer than average shot distance, very high scaling, although the base damage is not the best. So we'll upgrade it, see how it does to the short bow, but I think it'll beat it out. And there it is. Ferris's hat. Yep. Broad brim that favored by the archer hero Ferris. Ferris was an accomplished archer, and through He Was Human, he ranked alongside Hawkeye Goth, one of the 4 knights of Lord Gwyn. His hat is universally popular among children. Yep. Even though I'm pretty sure the NPC who had it was a female. I'm almost certain it was female, even though the description here says it's a he, so... They may not have been Ferris, but probably one of his disciples, maybe? Yeah. The preferred black bow, the heroic archer Ferris. It has a longer range than standard bows, but is more difficult to use. Without proper abilities, results will be underwhelming. So yeah. So Ferris. Was that NPC Ferris? Was it not? Who knows? Oh, thought I could sneak up on you. Pretty sure he can parry also, but just circle around for backstabs. Just backstab. No, sir. Alright. So that's all of 4's bandits. The mage, the cleric, the thief, and the bandit. Those 4 will respawn. The 2 knights, the archer, will not. So once you get those 3 down, you're pretty good. We'll come back. I want to explore the rest of this little area before we talk. So now the only enemies left in this little section are the tree people. Although there are a lot of them, I will say. Yeah, there's one right here. There's actually a few right here. So it's like a 2-shot. Yeah, 2-shot, cool. Yeah, there's a lot. Luckily we were 2-shotting with our fire axe, so that's good. Ow. No. Nothing a tree hates more than an axe with fire. Thank you. Okay, there's some more. You can see a silhouette. There's at least two. Come on. No hugs. Yeah, the more annoying part about that little tree people and people is that they have like a pretty long range little slap attack. So that's flask. So they can keep distance while still hitting you. So yeah. But just bring a fire weapon, it should be good. Some more. Get back here. Oops. I would like a blooming clump, thank you. That should be most of them. There might be 2 or 3 straggled about, but that should be most of them. Yep. That's actually the little other exit into the Darkroot Basin. But that is the exit into the Darkroot Basin, I should say. It goes this way, I believe. I think it doubles back over here. I can't really see. Yep. It's a little path along the cliff. Yep. See into there's the Hellkite Bridge right there. That's where we fought the Taurus demon. There's the Eastern set, another heavy armored set. There's a little doorway that leads into the bottom of the watchtower where we fought Havel. Yep, the basin's right down below, and there's Mr. Hydra. Yeah, he's a big boy. But yeah, we should take him on this episode, probably near the end, but we have the rest of this little area to clear out first. Some more tree people. Red, no thanks. I want blooming purple. I want to try something. Can we actually hit him from here? Alright, this is probably going to take forever, but I want to see if this works. It doesn't have to do damage, it just has to hit. Don't know if he can be poisoned, that's the thing. We'll go a few more rounds. Alright, it was worth a try. I don't think he can be poisoned. Yeah. Poison arrows, you're going to still apply poison even if you don't do damage. As long as it hits, it will apply poison, but I think Mr. Hydra is immune to poison. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure he is. If he wasn't, I think, 40 arrows would have at least procced it, but... oh well. That's actually the way down. Slide down there. There's a little bridge. There should be a ladder right over there. Just barely see it. That ladder will go down where you can fight the Hydra, but I mean, you probably get blasted on the way down. No blooming, huh? I could use a blooming right now. And here's the way down. I mean, I'll show you. I won't go down. I'll just go down here to grab the little item that's down here. But is these on the other side? Oh, here it is. Okay. There should be a ladder some way down. Right. Item. Brave warrior. This be over here? I don't know. I'd rather not risk it, to be honest. I'm not going to risk it. I think that's the way you go to get to the bridge over there. We can check it out on our way up. No, I do not recommend going that way. Do not. Yeah, if you go across the little bridge there, that little stone bridge to the other side, you're going to be encountering 3 of Alvina's children. Yep. Giant cat things. Very strong. I do not recommend fighting them head on. So we'll deal with them a different way. I think we got everything on this side, so now we have to go and talk to Alvina. Here it is. Just check what's over here. Over here. What about over here? Oh, cool. Alright, Alvina. Alvina? You look like the Cheshire Cat. You remind me of the Cheshire Cat. So.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find me, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorias? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorias art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark? 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say.
Sure, why not?
Well, indeed, thou art a strange one. Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee. I'm Alvina of the Darkroot Wood. I command a clan of hunters who track down defilers of the forest graves. What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well.
Yeah, we'll join.
I am very glad. And now thou art one of us. Let us establish a covenant.
Join Covenant? Yes, we do.
And here taketh this ring.
Cat Covenant ring.
If thou wearest that ring, it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruders, then I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward, and whatsoever ye shall pillage will be thine own. A true agreement, not so? But thou must heed the golden rule. The clan is thine own family. To thine kinsman forever stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double-cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never will we tolerate.
So now we're part of the Forest Guardian Covenant, or the Forest something. If we were online, we had the ring on, you would be summoned to invade other players automatically. Alvina will summon us to invade other players. In back here, I think it's in this section of the woods, past this bridge. I think it's only in that back section, not up here. Yeah. Yep. So now that we're in the Covenant, those hostile NPCs from earlier, they are no longer hostile. So if we go and rest, we come back, they won't aggro on us. So, but if we attack them, we will basically get kicked out of the Covenant because they're part of the Forest Guardian Covenant. So, so if you don't want to fight them, you can just run over here, talk to Alvina, and they'll back off. So if you join her, you don't have to worry about them. But, so yeah.
Ah, thou dost cometh. How fares ye? My hopes for thee are of the highest. Do not such a hope shatter with foul disproportion.
I think she has anything else?
Ah, my hope.
Okay. She does have a special line if you do the DLC first, before you talk to her. It's only like one line. It's like, really? Do I know you? Kind of line. It's like, it's not much, but it's a line. Again, that's if you do the DLC before you talk to her. Same with the cutscene for Sif. It has to different if you do the DLC first. So I don't plan on doing it because it's a sad cutscene, and I'd rather not make the fight any more depressing than it already is. Now that we joined the Covenant, Mr. Shiva is here. This is Shiva of the East. Hey, man.
I've heard all about you. I'm Shiva of the East, captain of the brigade. Let's teach you the clan basics now, as there's no time to chat in the midst of fighting. Except there is little in the form of rules, you hear. Fight and hunt as you like. Whoever's fastest gets the prey. That's the way we do it. Only, don't forget what Alvina said. Traitors aren't given a second chance, for any reason. That's about it then. Don't worry. It's a good old time, isn't it? Great to have you with us. Good hunting to you.
Yep. Pretty low, but there's a waterfall in the background, so it's like, Shiva of the East. Yep. Where's the eastern set? It has the Murakumo and the Iron Round Shield. Yeah. Anything else?
Don't worry now. You'll be called in soon enough. Hunters with patience score the best kills. Don't worry, you'll be called hunters.
All right. But it's not just him that showed up. Another guy with the Ring of Fog. I think he has the Ayato, I think it's called. Target shield. The Shadow Warrior set, I think it's called. And the Ninja Flip Ring. Yeah, it's the dark grain wood ring or something like that. It enhances dodge at low equip loads. Very talkative. Shiva? Who's that?
Ah, did you notice that one? Sharp eyes? He is one of the clan from the east, like myself. Always slinking in the shadows. But he is a tough one. You'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll be hunters with...
Okay. Yep, so now that we are part of the Covenant, he shows up, and if we go to Blighttown, he'll be down there in the bottom as the merchant. He'll sell weapons in the bottom of Blighttown. Yeah, he's the reason why we want, the 50,000 souls, because he sells some of the rarer weapons to get. Let me set this on real quick. Arvina, you have anything about Shiva?
Ah, thou dost come at my hope.
Okay, never mind. You don't. Okay. Alright, let's move on. Yeah, there's not much back here except for mushroom people. Yep. Very powerful mushroom people, all of it, to be honest. And a chest. The stone armor set. Yep. Moss-covered helmet of the Stone Knight, defender of the Darkroot Garden. The Stone Knight is a product of ancient magic, and though this helmet is also imbued with magic, it is incredibly heavy. Yeah, 6.8 units just for the helmet, almost 20 for the armor. But it is a very, very solid set. Can't be upgraded, so what you got is what you got. But it is a solid set in the beginning of the game, although very heavy, as it said. I also got the Eastern set. I forgot about that. A distinctive helmet made in the Eastern land. Exquisitely crafted, this helmet offers excellent defense, particularly versus slash attacks, which are one of the main threats in the battles in the East. It's also a pretty heavy set, but 12.3, yeah, 11.7. It's not upgraded, so that's why it's blue, but it's a nice looking set. Kind of like it. Ooh, yeah. No. Nope. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. But anyway, let's... for another episode, maybe. Let's get our other armor back on. I probably will upgrade a few of the pieces to that armor set, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, yep. Mushroom people. Oh boy. I actually want... let's put on our side sword again. We want the little pokey poke. Try to ignore the little guys, get the big guys. Yeah, a lot of health. Very powerful. They could probably one-shot us at this stage of the game. Watch out for that left hook. Ow. Yeah. I should probably heal just in case. Do you not see all that blood on them? Alright, just slow and steady. I think the big guys drop the gold pine resin at a pretty regular rate. I think it's almost guaranteed, I would say, but it's a pretty high drop rate, I'll say that. Come on, Mushroom Man, I need that chest, but you're in the way. And follow up. Yeah, if his right hook comes out pretty quickly like that, he's almost guaranteed to follow it up. Just stick with the pokes. All right. Some more pine resin, we'll take it. All right. You can kind of ignore the small ones. They're not really worth it. What we want is the Enchanted Ember. Oh, yeah. It sends a magic +5 to the Enchanted, which it's a more magic scaling, more magic damage, more magic scaling. So definitely probably pretty good for us in the long run. We have to give that to Recount, actually, who has it. Yep. And here we are. This is why I told you not to go that way. Because there's that little bridge over there earlier where we grabbed the Brave Knight's soul. If you cross the bridge, it'll bring you in here. Where there's these guys. There's one right there, and there's two more up there. You can just barely see them. There's two more right there. Very strong enemies. I recommend just taking them out from up here. Make sure you get your poison arrows. It takes, I think, 4 arrows to poison them. I mean, you could go down there and fight them head on, but definitely don't recommend it. Just because that little rolling attack right there, I'm pretty sure you can't block it. Alright, just keep an eye on it. It should leave us alone. Yeah, once that one gets low on health, the other two drop down. But they can't path up here, so you're good. There's one. Alright, so they're both poison. That's good. Now just comes the long, excruciating... Alright. Okay. There's only 3 of them. They don't respawn, so once you clear them out, you don't have to worry about them. Yeah, very strong enemies. Definitely do not recommend fighting them straight up. Nope. That rolling attack alone is the reason why you don't want to fight them. Because I don't think you can block it, to be honest. So, yeah. Over here. Large soul of Brave Warrior. Okay, there's like a little waterfall over there. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Yeah, little mushrooms, just ignore them. They're not worth it. And they can also drop gold pine resin, but it's a very, very low drop rate. If they drop it at all, I'm not quite sure. Foliage. Alright. I think that might be everything that's back here. All we got left is, you know, Sith. Really? That caused damage? Alright. Across the bridge. Alright. Open. Actually, now that I think about it, will this break the covenant with Alvina? That's actually a good question. All right, okay. Just to make sure, we're not going to do this. Yeah. Okay. No. All right. I forgot to factor that in. So we need to be in the Covenant in order for Shiva to be in Blighttown, but I'm pretty sure if we fight Sif now, it'll break the Covenant, and I don't want to do that. All right. Change of plans. Yes. Let's get out of here. That was... Let's make sure we didn't break the covenant by opening the door. Yeah, see, these guys are no longer hostile to us because we're part of the same band of merry men. Alright, Alvina, please be friendly.
My hope.
Alright, good. Alright. That would have been bad if I forgot. I completely forgot about that. I'm like, ooh. Yes, there is an item behind the gravestone. You can get to it without triggering the fights. But again, I want to better be safe than sorry. So I don't want to accidentally trigger the fight beforehand. So that's why I'm putting it off. things I do in order to get all the stuff I want. Out of the way. Okay, so now we got Hydra to fight. Here, Hydra, Hydra, Hydra. Just gotta get down to him, so this might take a bit. So, we're actually gonna, well, yeah, we'll tag this Grace. We'll sit up, not the Grace. What I'm talking about. We'll rest at the bonfire over here, just in case I accidentally fall off the ledge, fall off into the lake or whatever. So I don't have to do that big of a run back. We'll kindle this one. Do it once. Alright. So now we have a spawn point. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad of a run back in case we die. But I would hope to have this Hydra in one go, but who knows? Who knows? All right, crystal golems. We need to thin the herd, so to speak. It's 106 per swipe. And I hear him. Trying to find my... Figure that'd be less. $191? That's actually pretty good. Alright. Pokey McPoke's back poking. Alright. Yes, we need to clear out these golems so we can get our approach down. Here, golem, golem, golem. Let's go. You're slowing up progress. I thought that would kill you, but I guess not. It should be the last golem. Yeah, clear out the golems just so we can, get to the Hydra without much trouble. Although he will blast at us as we get close. Come on. Thank you. Alright. Now comes the fun part. Getting down to the Hydra. Yeah, it's because of that little range attacks he has. once you get close enough, it goes over your head, so gotta be careful of the edge. Ah, might need my claymore for the range. Head down. There's another head down. Another one. There's another one. There's another one. Just got two more. They're the hard ones to hit. If you want to do that, be my guest. I think I missed, yeah. Come on. No, I don't want that. I want the other one. I mean, if you're just gonna do that. Oh. He dead. Guarantees to drop the dragon scale and the dust crown ring. Yep. And he does not respawn. So once you get him, he's gone. There is a little ledge. Grab the knight armor set. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a ledge. I think it's right here. I think it's right here. Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a ledge here that you can fall off on. That's kind of why I didn't get too close, 'cause I can't really see the edge. It's actually probably a better view here. So yeah. So if you come down here and fight him in melee, just be mindful of the edge. So get close enough to where it starts getting deep, but don't go much further than that. Waterfall. Yep, there's the ladder up. That'll take us to the little bridge area where we could go between the two Darkroot Gardens. And we're actually going to quit out and we're going to reload. Because once you beat the Hydra, another enemy spawns in. So, and we need it to spawn in. We'll stick to the left here, just so you don't accidentally fall over. There it is, the golden golem. He will not show up. You have to kill the Hydra in order for him to show up. So if you just run past here with the Hydra still alive, he won't be here. So just gotta kill the Hydra first, quit reload, and he should show up. And he's a special one. Yeah, because he has a person inside of him. A captive. It's kind of hard to make out, but there's a person in that big crystal right there on his shoulder. Maybe I can get a closer look. It's a little bit better. You can barely make out a person in there. Let me try and get out of the heavy water. Is it all heavy back here? Is it really all heavy water back here? Okay, that's better. Okay, you don't have that much health, but you are still pretty dangerous. Best to use a strike weapon against the golems. Alright, and just be careful, because dusk comes popping out. So if you're spamming your attacks, you might accidentally hit dusk and she'll run away, not be able to talk to her. Yeah, beat the golem and save Princess Dusk.
So, 'tis thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulyssil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulyssil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
If you say no, she disappears, and I don't think you can interact with her ever again. So if you want her sorceries, just say yes. That will be of assistance.
My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
May the great flames guide thee. Alright. So let's just quit reload again, because I think her armor set appears now, I think? Or do we have to summon her once? We might have to summon her once for it to show up. Yeah, I think we need to go summon her once. Alright. A long trek back. There is a special ring in the Undead Asylum revisit that will allow us to kind of maintain our movement in deep water, but I decided to put that off, so here we are. Alright, there she is. This is Dusk's summon sign. So this will only be here if you told her yes to assistance. So if you said no, this won't be here. But Dusk?
I am Dusk of Ulyssil. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thine wishes.
Learn gesture. Proper bow. Thank you. Let's talk.
For a very long time, I was trapped within the crystal golem. From my home I was taken and banished to a plane of distortion. It was there that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth.
My faith reneweth. Yep. You're welcome, lady. Princess.
The sorceries of Ulyssil differ from the magic of thine age. It is difficult to explain. Ulysil's sorceries are, what doth one say? They're somewhat of an approximation. Thine sorceries are more straightforward, negating all but thyself. Does thou not find some fascination in these discrepancies?
An approximation of what? Of miracles? Of the powers of the gods? Doesn't really explain that, but I think it's the approximations of the powers of the deities, you know, Gwyn, Nito, and those people. Sorceries of today are, like you said, negates everything but the self. Yep. So the sorceries are based on yourself instead of external stuff.
The sorceries of... It is Ulysses thine. Does thou not...
Alright, let's purchase. This is the catalyst. It has a flat 180 magic adjust. So no matter what your intelligence level, it's always 180. So this would be good for us in the early game. So buy one of those. And she got several sorceries. Ancient sorcery of the lost land of Ulasil. Turns body nearly invisible. Although perfect invisibility is unachievable due to the risk of dissipation, the caster need only stand still for a moment to blend into the environs, which astounding camouflage? Environments with astonishing camouflage. And that last sentence was weird. But yeah, basically similar to the Ring of Fog, just, you know, slight transparency. Cast light. Yeah, this light-producing sorcery is elementary, but nonetheless demonstrates the achievements of mysticism of Ulasil. Such magic has not been developed even in Vinheim. Yeah, definitely want this one. Repair. Ancient sorcery. The sorcery was part of an everyday life in Ulasil. Its effects resemble repair powder, which must have found its way into the culture of this lost land. Very expensive. Not really worth it, but if you use like dragon weapons, their little special attacks, or any weapons that have a special attack that eats durability, it's actually probably a good one to have. Doesn't take much intelligence too. So. Transforms into something inconspicuous. A separate stealth spell from Hidden Body. A skilled stealth sorcerer must be aware of his or her surroundings and of which objects are prime candidates for imitation. I don't know if it's true in this game, but the chameleon in at least in Dark Souls 3 and the Mimic's Veil in Elden Ring, at least they'll like block, you know, enemy detection. I don't know if that's true in Dark Souls. I'll probably give it a try. I'll give it a try between episodes just to check it out, see if it works. Turn right hand invisible. Not a simple augmentation, making it dependent on the skill of its caster. An example of the capacity of Ulasil sorcerers to control light. Light spells. So, alright. We'll probably get these eventually, just not right now. We'll grab Hidden Body, but the others will leave. Dusk.
The sorceries, it is difficult. Thine. Does that...
Alright.
If thou art in need, pray summon me again. I only wish to be of some genuine assistance. May the flames guide thee.
May the flames guide thee. Alright. So now that we summoned her, we're going to trek all the way back to that little cave. Yep. So we have to summon her at least once in order for the item to show up. There it is. Yeah, that's what we want. It only shows up once you summon Dusk, at least once. Free from the golem, talk to her, go to her summon sign, summon her, talk to her, and this should be here. I don't think you need to buy anything, you just gotta at least talk to her at least. Summon her at least, anyway. Yep, it's a female corpse, so you can tell by the little cloth around the abdomen. And here we have the antiquated set. Yep. It's the armor set of Dusk. Mm-hmm. Thought we at the bottom, but nope. The Crown of Dusk. Pretty good curse resistance. Special magic crown bestowed upon Dusk, Princess of Ulasil, upon her birth. Its wearer is blessed by all manner of magic that raises the power and effect of the wearer's magic, but damage suffered by magic attacks also rises. Very good headpiece in Dark Souls, because not a lot of enemies use magic attacks. So, I mean, there are some, but just it's not as many as you would think. So it boosts, I think, sorceries by 20%, but it also increases damage taken by roughly 30%, I think. Yeah. I think it just straight up tanks your magic resist. I think that's what it does. It's like a debuff to your magic resist. That's how it does the extra magic damage. Mm-hmm. Or the extra damage you receive, anyway. Yep. A dress from the ancient fallen land of Ulasil. Its ivory-colored silk features elaborate embroidery and is imbued with ancient magic power. One cannot expect any physical protection from this garment, as it was not meant to be worn in battle. Nope. It does have some solid magic defense, though. That's pretty good. As well as good curse resistance. Yep. Gloves, skirts. We also got the ring from the Hydra. This magic crown-shaped ring was granted to Princess Dusk of Ulasil upon her birth. The ring stone allows its wearer to cast additional magic, but at the cost of 1/2 of HP. Damn. Yeah, unless you have low HP, it's not really worth it. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how much extra magic cast it gives, but I've never used it, so I don't feel like tanking my HP. Yeah, the Cat Covenant ring granted to those bound by the Forest Hunter Covenant. Answers Alvina summons. The white cat Alvina speaks a human tongue and has lived since the early age of fire. Alvina was a trusted friend of Knight Artorias and a great wolf. Great wolf Sif. Sorry. All right. What else do I want to do? Actually, I think that's all I really wanted to do. Yeah, because I did want to fight Sif, but again, I didn't want to accidentally break the covenant before I need to. Yeah. Got the proper bow. But yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll call an episode right here. Yep, did the other half of the Darkroot Garden. Yep. Through the gate that was sealed by the crest of Artorias. Yep. And on the other side are the Forest Hunter Covenant. Yeah, the pretty much hostile NPCs on the other side of the door. There's actually quite a number of them. 4 of them have the Ring of the Fog, which makes them transparent. So it's difficult to see them in the dark. And you can't rely on lock-on, because I think it has the lock-on range if you have the ring on, which they do. So, yeah, 2 of the knights have rings, an archer has a ring, and a thief has a ring. Yeah, but the 2 knights and the archers don't respawn, so once you can take care of them, you don't have to worry about them again. The thief will respawn. There's also a mage, a cleric, and a bandit back there as well. So those 3 plus the thief, they respawn. So, yeah. So it turned out better than I thought. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than that, but one of the knights did give us a little trouble. So, but nothing we couldn't handle. And after taking care of the forest guardians. We went, cleared out a whole bunch of little tree ant people with our fire axe we got last episode. Yep, picked up the eastern set, which I probably will use, maybe. At least pieces of it anyway. I like the chest piece. The chest piece looks pretty cool. Found a soul item. Talked with Alvina. Yep. Where we entered the Forest Hunter Covenant. So now those little hostile NPCs from before are no longer hostile to us. Although now if we attack them, we'll break the covenants. And I don't want to do that just yet. Yep. So once we join the Alvina's Covenant, Shiva of the East appears with his little bodyguard. Yep. And he's actually the main reason why I wanted to join the Covenant right now. So he'll show up once we join the Covenant, talk to him, and he'll eventually show up in Blighttown. Once we get down there, he'll be down there as well. He'll be a merchant, a weapon merchant, selling some of the rarer weapons in the game. Yeah, like the stone soldier great swords, the demon great machete. I think he sells the demon great axe as well for the Taurus demons. So if you don't want to bother farming for those items, you just buy it from him. But he is pretty pricey, I would say. Yeah, so that's kind of why we're trying to stock up on souls right now, just so I can buy all the stuff I want from him, so I don't have to deal with him again. Because we do want his equipment as well. Yeah, he drops a weapon, a shield, and his little ninja buddy drops a ring. So once we buy everything from him, we'll take care of him. But until then, he's alive. We'll let him live. Yeah, so we talked with him, crossed the bridge to the other half, took on two of the little mushroom guys. One of them almost killed us, but yeah, we need to take care of them in order to get to the chest that has the was it the enchanted ember? Yeah, ember, a form of sorcery, is a vestige of the lost land of Ulasil. Yep. Sorcerers, enchanted weapons that afflicts magic damage and is boosted by intelligence. So we'll probably get an enchanted weapon eventually. Maybe the boulder side sword, maybe. I do plan on bumping my intelligence up quite a bit. So it'll definitely help in the long run. So, yep, got the ember, took on Alvina's little children, I think. The little black cats. Yeah, I just sat on the cliff edge, arrowed them with poison arrows and regular arrows. A very honorable fight, but so I took care of them. I did plan on taking on the Sif this episode, but I then realized that if I did that, I might accidentally break the covenants, which I'm not ready to do yet. So we might have to do him on the way out of Blighttown, unfortunately. We definitely need to fight him before we go up to Anor Londo. So we had a change of plans there, but yeah. So after that, there is an item in his arena that you can get without triggering the fight. I just don't want to do that accidentally, so I left it there. It is a good ring. It's the Hornet ring that boosts critical hit damage. I don't need it yet. I will need it once in Anor Londo, but not right now, so we left it there. Better be on the side of caution at this point. Yep. So we skipped Sif for now. Went down to the Basin, took on the Hydra, who didn't give us that much trouble, surprisingly. Usually gives me a little bit of trouble with taking his heads off, but I guess we did enough damage to kill him before we did all his heads. You can just deplete his health outright, or you can lop off all his heads. If he still has health after that, he'll die anyway. So there's two ways to kill him. You just bow and arrow his body till his main health bar is gone, or you take out all his heads. So it's a nice little feature. But this time we didn't get all his heads, so we just took down his main health bar. And there is another Hydra in the Ash Lake that one you're more likely to knock off all his heads before his health bar goes down. So we'll probably see that feature down there. So yeah, beat the Hydra, got Dragon Scale, got Dusk's Ring, quit reload to get the Golden Golem to spawn. Took care of the Golden Golem to free Dusk. Talked with Dusk. Went reloaded the area again. Had to go summon Dusk. Talked with her again. Bought some spells, some items. I bought a catalyst and some spells. The light spell and the chameleon spell. The light spell we're going to need in the Tomb of the Giants. And the chameleon spell, I just want to try it out. I want to see if you can actually, hide from the enemies in Dark Souls. Because I know you can do it in Dark Souls 3 and in Elden Ring, but I'm not sure if you can do it here in Dark Souls 1. So I'll give it a try between episodes just to kind of verify it, but yeah. So, and the catalyst we bought from Dusk has a flat magic adjust, so it's going to be strong for us in the early game, but it will taper off as we get our intelligence up. So until then, we're going to rely on that one. So Dusk, item, spells, gesture. If we reload the area, I don't know, actually, did we have to? I assume we reload the area again, went back to the little cave where the golem was to get Dusk's antiquated set, as well as their crown. So, yeah, the crown will be good for us, because it will boost magic damage, as well as pyromancy. Yes, pyromancy and magic damage is what the Dusk Crown boosts, surprisingly. So, we'll put it to use. Yep. And that was it. Yep, that was it. Didn't quite do everything I wanted to do, but I did almost everything, so made some progress. So and now next episode we'll definitely go to the Asylum. Yeah, next episode is the Asylum. Asylum Revisit and the Gargoyles. Yep. Probably in that order, maybe. I haven't quite decided yet, but yeah, we do need to go to the Asylum for a ring to help us down in Blighttown, as well as gathering up souls, just to make sure we have enough to buy all the stuff from Shiva. Yeah. And then we'll do the Gargoyles just because it's time for them to go. Yep. All right. But yeah, that's the next episode. Asylum, Gargoyles. But until then, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I'll see you all next time.